I messed that up.
Oh, hello. Oh, they played along as well. How's it going, guys? Hello, and welcome back to another one of Jack Talks to Someone, or one of his very special friends. Today, I'm joined by not only a very personal friend of mine, but someone who tolerates my idiocy, who's also probably as crazy, if not crazier than me. Everyone's favourite Tricopter daddy, new daddy, the man, the legend himself, David Windestål.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, thank you so much. There's so many people here waiting for you. Curry Kitten says hello and sends his love.
Oh, hi.
By the way, how have you been, my friend?
Pretty good, I'd say. It feels like time sped up like crazy. As soon as you have a kid, like it feels like it's been 2 weeks, but it's been 3 months.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you look back at the old you pre-child and go, oh my god, I could have got so much more done? Like, I have a vacuum of time.
A little bit, yeah. I do. You do appreciate how much more time you kind of wasted, not wasted, but that you did take for granted.
Oh my god. Totally. Yeah, it seems almost like, have you left the hobby because we haven't seen you for so long, or is this just like a daddy delay?
No, I haven't left it, but I'm not very public anymore.
Yeah.
I did. Well, let's see. My friend visited just before I had the kid, and I built the FT Mighty Sea Duck, but a mini version with him. His name is Tadia. He made the plants, and I have a laser cutter, so it makes it super easy. And we also built the mini Spitfire. It's super awesome. And then I built an A10. I don't know if you can see. It's huge.
Wow.
So yeah, I do RC stuff. It's just not maybe as much.
I've built a flight test tiny trainer to try and learn how to fly line of sight, and I built a flight test explorer.
Oh, nice.
Put iNav on it and everything, so that's almost done. But yeah, I can't believe how nice they are. But yeah, I can't.
So you haven't flown line of sight planes before?
No, it's complete. I know. Well, yeah, on the dirty FPV generation, like FPV straight away. I mean, I flew quads line of sight, and then I lost one, and then lost all confidence in my ability to fly line of sight.
So how is it compared to flying a quad then? Flying a plane, just switching over?
I find wearing socks and sandals a bit weird, and I feel this unnecessary need to pull my trousers above my nipples. I don't know why. It's really... yeah. I don't know. Like it's something I think I was a bit bored of quads, and I've been flying FPV wings a lot with iNav and everything. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what your opinion is. Have you used iNav yet?
No, I haven't. Or maybe I did a flight test a long time ago, but I don't think I've used it properly. No.
Yeah. Give it a go, man. Pavel will help you. You get on with him. But and it's Constantine as well. I think what about the long range? Because before you shut the shop, you were doing the long range tricopters because you had to lower KV and everything.
Yep. I really like long range because it's like it bumps it up a notch. Like you have to know your surrounding in a different way. Like it's a gamble because you go out really far and you don't know if you're going to make it back. You also have to rely on your sense of space in a different way because you can't just walk and get it, not easily. Especially if you don't know where it crashed. Yeah, so it's kind of like a little tingly thingy, and then you can fly out of range. Like I think I'm straight ahead, but if you're 2 way to the left, you can't get a signal anymore. And yeah, it's interesting. It's a different kind of flying, but it's I do like it. I enjoy it because that's what I did in the beginning. That's what I wanted to do: fly above the clouds and stuff.
Yeah, you and Sheldon, long range. Like, do you remember Sheldon?
Yeah, yeah. He flew as Radiant to another city,
No.
or like,
like, yeah, maybe, but oh my god, you two have got the biggest pair of like, just so, I don't know, brave or crazy. Like, it hurts my balls just thinking about the stuff that you guys. Oh my word! I mean, you've even got the 1.3 in the background hung on the wall. The little long. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's still my ground station. It's fantastic. Still... Wow, I can't do this.
Did you finally put a repeater in it, or have you left it how it is?
I left it how it is. I had a repeater in it, but I didn't like it. It kind of felt, I don't know, it just felt unnecessary, or like, kind of feels weird sending an analog signal through another analog thing. It's just adding
unnecessary.
Yeah. On the other hand, it's super nice today because we have good video transmitters and stuff. Back then, when I ran the 5.8 stuff, it was pretty terrible.
Oh man, I mean, it's got like yeah, you've got like the special modified. Oh, what was it? Bloody
the SAW filter modified receivers.
Yes, yeah, like that have been cracked open and everything. Oh, Annecy doesn't know where they are. Oh man, aww. I know where they are. They're under the stairs. I'll nag him. I'll try and find some. He's a Viking for sure. Yeah, we were. So before we went live, I was like, that picture that's the thumbnail is the first time I met David, and I had a beard, and now he's the beardy one. He's like double bearded me.
Yeah. Can you tell me about that first time we met?
It was you tell it better because you got like a ride in the Yak 52.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Really had all your stuff fall out your pockets and jam up the linkages.
Yeah, it was the Hobby King flying thingy.
2015.
Right? Wow, 15. That was 5 years ago, man.
I know. I feel so old. I've got video footage. Like I've dug out the memory card and everything, so I can share it on the old screen and that, but they won't be able to hear it. That's the only problem. I don't know if you wanna go through with that. Yes. We can. You do.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, damn you. FPV 2015. I think it's memory card 3. It's not memory card 3.
I can't remember. You did fly, but what did you fly?
Jesus Christ! Someone accidentally left their sound on the PC. Sorry about that. Rip headphone users. Yeah, I didn't have insurance, and you were like, "Yeah, don't worry about it. You'll be fine." And I was just like, "Oh, David's such a bad influence."
I am.
Oh my god. So like, hang on, we've got this share screen done. Share. So there's David working on my tricopter. And
that's right.
You're tapping the old. So that's the Eternity 9X, which is over there. If you want me to grab it, and you're PID tuning because I haven't got a clue at this point. This is my buddy Nico.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at this. Yeah, KK2, and then there's David. But like, I don't know how you did it because it was just a constant stream of people talking to you.
Yeah.
And like, so this is before Let's Drone Out or any. I am an absolute noob. I'm still trying to like, you know, a few days before that, I had drilled that into the top of the ceiling up there, and there's 4 holes into the ceiling because I had the throttle reversed at one point.
Oh wow! Oh, look at me doing loops.
I know. Calm down there, Sharpoo.
Wow.
But yeah, man, it was like you'd done a bit of training, and then you had another little bit, and then you're explaining, and then we were like, "Yo, stick a Mobius on if you want." And I was like, "Okay, no worries." So we just taped a Mobius to there, and then you have a right old tear about. No FPV because I couldn't afford FPV.
Look at those motors. Like,
I know they're the ones that Chad recommends. You know, Chad Kappa. But yeah. He mounted them upside down and fed the shaft through, whereas I pushed the shaft through using a vice. So that's the only real difference.
Wow.
I don't know.
5 years ago. That's wow.
Yeah. Turn yourself down a bit. Thank you. Sorry, buddy. How about now? Ooh.
Ah, look at us. Wow,
yeah. I know. Not as fat. And LAC shirt, flight test shirt.
Yeah.
And then, oh man, so embarrassing. Ask David about his Felix Baumgartner plane. I love that video.
Which one?
The Felix. Oh, I can't read that. Baumgartner. It's in the chat.
Hold on, let me check. See.
I don't know. Here you go. Let me just copy it. Yeah, there you go, David.
Gardner plane. What the heck is that?
I don't know. Send us a link on Facebooks, and I will, because me and you are friends. Thank you, Tony. Tony looking out for me, man. He was like, "Your sound's too hot." Thanks, man.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, I got it now. The highest jump, so the space plane, the FPV to space and back.
Yep. I'm still, by the way, in Sausage Model Center. I mean, what do we call it? Sussex Model Center. That's it. There is like, you know, we're trying to find the EasyJet Mark 1, and we've chatted to Phil, Andy RC's friend. So there's people looking for fun Jet Mark 1 for you. You've got one.
I do. It's the one that I flew FPV in the beginning, like way back. But I would love to have one pristine original, put some really good FPV stuff on it because it flies amazing.
Yeah. Oh man, we'll try. We'll keep a lookout.
Yeah, they're not very common anymore.
Oh my god.
I really do like the old one because it was the foam was lightweight. Then they released the second one, which was that gray foam, and it was so heavy.
Hang on, let's have a look. Right, mind your ears. There you go. How do I sound now?
Ah, great.
Yeah, I've lowered the. Sorry, I've ripped all my stuff. Like, I may be making a fun jet, E-Wings. E-Wings is this Scottish lad who's a top banana. So if you want, I can pass on your details, and he might try and make you a replica.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he's made some like really cool jets and stuff.
The space plane. Talking about that video, I was in the US pretty recently visiting the Rotor Riot gang, and Drew was talking.
Drew hates me so much.
Why?
Oh, there was an incident. I'll have to talk to you about it afterwards.
All right.
But I was getting gaslight to hell and back. So Drew believes that I'm an actual dickhead. Like you know how you know I'm a dickhead, but he thinks that I'm a proper actual dickhead.
Ah, okay. Yeah, there's a difference.
Yeah, instead of like, yeah, he's a dickhead, but he's actually a nice guy. Yeah, so I'll have to, you know, like that conversation we had on the car. This is so unfair to people, but like, on
Yeah.
the drive, like the first thing Sheldon asked you, and you were like, "This is how it is." I need
Yeah.
that one of those chats with you because I haven't
All
caught
right.
up with you. Yeah, carry on. So you were seeing the road right, guys.
Yeah. So we were in the car, just riding, talking about stuff, and Drew said that he was in an Uber with his girlfriend, riding somewhere, and this guy was the Uber driver was like, yeah, I don't, yeah, they're trying to hush things up. And he was like, conspiracy theory guy. And he's like, the earth is flat. I promise you it is. There's this video that proves it on the internet. A guy flies plane, like an RC plane. You can see the fisheye lens and it distorts. He's like, and that's my friend. He made that video. It's not fake. And the guy's like, no, it's all fake. He's like, no, I actually know the guy. It's like, the world's pretty small, man.
Oh my god.
Just try
Hang
it.
on. So I've been a really bad friend. I have not sent you these yet, but I've made like a load of stickers. And you know Tony, you met Tony, didn't you? You know
Yes.
how like Tony's my special little friend. I made
Yeah.
some these flat stickers. Oh, but yeah,
The foil and everything, very nice.
yeah, man. And there's you can get them on my Etsy. The links in the chat. But
Oh,
there's some
you have
cat.
an Etsy?
There's a
Oh, I
cat
missed
wing,
that. Nice.
and there's some Andy RC dog poo bins. And let me know if you want some LDO stickers as well.
Yeah, stick that on stuff.
Yeah, I need to send you some stuff. I'll send you my old bloody, what do you call it? Old RC Explorer shirt as well.
Love it, because it's the best t-shirt. It's the nicest looking t-shirt I have of RC Explorer.
Oh man, I know. I remember the old, like the glider one as well. Do you remember those? Like the black and red. Oh my god. David, what are you like? Who done that? Is that you?
I did, yeah. Those
You little monkey.
not so long ago.
How was it in space? Because you couldn't really see much, could you?
No, when I was driving, or my friend was driving, and I had the antenna pointing out the window and stuff while we were driving. I did have video for a good while, but then like I saw everything, but we had to turn stuff everywhere, and I lost reception because of trees and stuff, and it was kind of messy. We're like trying to hurry because the balloon was supposed to pop any seconds. I jumped out the car and I ripped out the cables. I'm like, oh my god! So I didn't have any video. I'm panicking, trying to get stuff fixed. I managed to plug it in, and the balloon popped just like a couple of seconds after I started seeing it. So I didn't know what was going on. And I saw the line started tangling around a plane, and the video went out. I'm like, oh,
Rip one of the lobes.
yeah, it ripped the lobe on the antenna. I discovered when I got the plane back, but I did get video down way further down. But it was pretty bad reception. But I did manage to pilot it, which was pretty cool.
Did you make it across the river, or did you have to go back?
It's a lake. It's Sweden's second largest lake, and like there was no at that altitude there was no chance of getting back. So I just landed it on the other side, and we couldn't find it. 2 weeks later, they called because I wrote the phone number on the plane itself. So some people called, and Jana had to go get it because I was in the US.
Oh no, that's mad. Did they go through your footage?
I think they did, yeah.
Oh, little monkeys. And that must be so good. Would you ever do it again, or do you think never again?
I wouldn't mind. I actually asked DJI if they wanted to sponsor with some gear, show off their stuff, and they're like, "Nah, we're not interested in that." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, screw it then."
How much would we have to raise to get you to do it?
I don't know. I have to do it in a different country. They're so after that video, they changed the laws in Sweden pretty harshly. Not sure if there's a correlation there, but I did receive an email from the what's that airplane place thingy governor things, uh, FAA Swedish, whatever. And they're like, "Oh, we can't find a flight plan for your balloon here." Like, oops.
Oh, shut up! I thought you got one. You got
No,
one for America, didn't
yeah,
you?
I did. I did get 3 for America, so it was fine. But technically, I didn't have one in Sweden because you didn't have to.
Oh,
Kinda. Like it was a little fuzzy, so I'm like, I'll skirt it a little bit. But after that, it's pretty harsh.
because it's really good to see that. Like, did the security camera laws change and stuff?
Yeah, they did.
You got a real bad deal then.
Yeah, that was really bad. So for a while there in Sweden, they changed it so any flying camera was considered a fixed installation of a security camera, which means that you have to seek permission to install a permanent camera wherever you're going to fly, which is you're never going to get that because uh, like Sweden is very strict on where you can put cameras, and it takes like a month to process. Like it wasn't feasible. No one could do it, and luckily they changed it back after a couple of months because people were on them. Like the production companies couldn't use them either. Like even like all the television companies wanted to use them for
Hmm.
all shots and stuff, so they changed it back. So now it's fine. But yeah, it was pretty bad there for a while.
Like that was that was real rough. What made you close the store down?
I kind of lost interest, um, and again, I'm gonna the FPV community, um, like you see on Facebook, the drone section is just so much drama, man. And
Yeah.
I kind of didn't want to. Uh, I kind of didn't feel like being part of that anymore. Or like trying to work against that was not like I don't know. And I kind of felt like it was uh, all the rules were changing for the worse everywhere, and I kind of felt like maybe do something more. And also, customer service sucks so bad because people are now. I was close to saying something
You
offensive, but
can. You can swear on here if you want.
I don't want to swear, but some people are very stupid,
Yes.
and
Like Tony.
I
No,
think
I'm just
uh, most people can figure stuff out on their own. Not most people don't ask me, but then some people are just suck all the life out of you, and
mm,
I didn't want to do that anymore.
oh, that's understandable. Yeah, well, yeah, the Rotor Riot official community thing is pretty brutal,
Yeah,
but also somewhat amusing. But I know. Do you miss uh Galgo, whatever, David?
Jackal,
Your
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I do. Yeah, it's a shame. I do text with them almost daily. We
oh,
share what we do, like project wise and stuff.
I
Uh,
think of you every time I see Big Clive pull out his maker knife.
Nice. Which is
So
not very often, or
no, it's quite often.
really
He out, yeah, old. So I'm often watching every Saturday night. I'm checking out. I hang out with old Big Clive, and yeah, you guys get a little mention.
nice.
Tony asks, "How's the kid?"
Oh,
Do you
he's
want to talk
doing
about your
great.
little boy?
Say what?
Do you want to talk about your son?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, he's 3 months on Tuesday. He's a really cute little kid. He has so much energy. I don't know. It looks like a potato, but a really cute one, like
Oh,
like all kids.
did the
Uh,
paternal instincts kick in?
yeah, they do instantly when you see it. Like, yeah, I'll take a bullet for this little potato any
Oh,
day. It's very different. Like it's to be honest, I didn't want to have kids beforehand. So
yeah.
like uh, I don't know, like I wasn't strongly against it, but I kind of like I didn't actively try to have kids as such. But now that I have one, I'm really happy that I did. It's
Can make more?
no,
Oh, you're
not like
lonely.
that.
Oh,
No, he'll
Joe
have
will
it.
get out, yeah. Joanna will just,
We'll see.
yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty cool because you see him like figure stuff out all the time, new stuff.
yeah.
He's like analyzes things and start learning things. It's precious. It really is.
And you'll start to see things in you, and then there'll be attitude, and then one day he'll grow to hate you, and
Yeah,
then,
look forward to
and then
that, and
he'll
then
miss
it'll
you.
come. Yeah, and then it turns around again when
I
he's like
know.
30.
Mad, isn't it?
Hmm.
It's crazy. If you're ever listening to that, your dad was a good man. He tolerated a lot of bullshit, and he's done a lot for the hobby. Um,
Ah,
Man, I'm super proud of you, man.
thank you.
You're just it's so good to see you doing well. How's the doggo?
The doggo, he's doing great. He's old, but
Getting
you
on
can't.
now.
He's 10 years now. But he's like you can't really tell he's getting old. He's so much energy, and he's doing really good with the kid too. He's a little cautious around him, but it's working out really good so far. Some, yeah, our happy little family. The
Does he do the whole protective thing as well?
No, not really. No, not
Oh,
yet. Uh, the kid cannot go in my room until he's like 15. There's
really?
some dangerous stuff in here, man. It's just
Yeah,
knives laying
true.
around and stuff.
I know you're gonna have a.
Acid, like I have acids in kids' height at the moment. I think I
Oh my.
need to rethink stuff.
Yeah, you really big time, really do. Like you need to.
I have a knife on my wall, like right
Yeah, the
there.
rocket knife. You're gonna have a nightmare trying to tell him off. Like, don't do that. You're gonna have to like.
Yeah, I'll get a lot of lip back, and he's like, "You did that." I have video of it, and he's like, "Oh
Rocket kid.
crap."
First kid to fly manable quad. No, don't
Wow.
stick him in a flying thing, whatever you do. Oh,
Talking about the long range stuff, FPV stuff. I was contemplating getting a DJI system, but it's really expensive. The new one, it's like 12,000 schmeckles,
yeah.
uh, and like getting a paramotor license is 16,000 schmeckles.
Yes.
So
Is
I'm
this
like,
what you've been up to?
yes.
Ah,
I haven't started uh, the training yet. It's
mm,
in April, but I have the gear now and I have the course literature and stuff. So I've been reading, and I'm also been doing ground handling practice. So I have a wing to pull up and like balance around and
oh.
little dorky.
Have you been tuckering it and stuff and
It's
tucker?
I'm
Yeah,
not
and
yeah, I'm not that great yet. I just want to keep it up at the
yeah,
moment. So,
just don't do a fucking king of random on us, whatever you do, David,
no.
or I will revive you and then kill you myself.
Yeah, that was pretty bad, man.
I
Yeah,
know.
no, I just want to fly high and calmly, like I do long range stuff. I just want to,
Yeah,
yeah,
you got
goal is to fly above the clouds.
you
So,
got that little potato to come back to.
exactly.
Yeah,
Joanna is gonna start flying paramotor as well. It's the plan.
no way.
Yeah, so we can fly together.
Oh my god. How's the million year ring holding up? And have you been making loads of them? And like, because that got a couple of million views. So if anyone doesn't know,
Yes, it has 6.8 million views. So I made it's 4.7 billion years old. So it's a ring made out of a meteorite, meteorite found in Sweden called the Minunenalusta, and
is that
it's
Swedish word?
it's kind of what's that called? Samisk.
Hmm.
Anywho, and it's 20 million years older than the Earth, which is pretty cool. So it's the oldest thing you will ever touch if you give it to someone. So I make rings, and that's actually my business now. I make rings full time. So I've made quite a few. And I mean, it takes quite a long time to make one, and it's fiddly as heck, but it's pretty nice.
Do they shatter and go? Because it can't be uniform, the
No,
material.
it's cracked. There's cracks and inclusions and stuff, so you have to be really careful about things, and you have to feel the material, like what it wants to do and not do. And yeah,
Clint,
it's
Clint wants a link. Hang on.
sure it's by Windestål.com.
Oh, what? Oh my god. Is it by? Not also another thing I keep forgetting. You know the failed marshmallows. You might have to just
Yeah,
tell people what are they called again, and where can I get more? Sorry.
sockerbitar. That's
What?
what they
Can you
call them.
write that down?
Sure, I'll write that in the chat.
What?
Uh,
You
it's
might. You might
Swedish
want to
for
talk.
sugar cubes. Sugar, sugar cubes. Socker bitar. I'll see if I can find some. I'll send you a bag.
No, it's fine. And if you do have an offcut of meteorite, I will buy it off you.
I have some.
Yes,
We're gonna
buy
make.
wind.
I'm gonna start making uh, like pendants and necklaces and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
From since I
So,
get spare material.
Clinton Roberts. There you go. Buy Windestål. And there he is. It's the coolest thing. So what's the story to do with the I hear welding. Tig? Mig?
Oh yeah.
You got
I don't have a TIG yet, so I have a MIG welder. And to cut the meteorite, I I use a bandsaw. I have a
yeah.
modified bandsaw that I use with cooling and stuff to make it try to cut straighter and stuff. To use a thinner blade to lose less material. But problem is the meteorite is not very easy to hold on to. So what I did was I welded it to a piece of flat bar, um, and I can crank that down into the vise and then cut it and then move it 10 millimeters forward and then cut another slice. Uh, so I had it all welded, but one of the welds gave out. So I'm like, I'm just gonna pop down in the basement and just add a little tack to it, and that will be it. I don't I didn't want to take out the welder. It was kind of like, it's a lot of work. It's heavy because usually I weld outside because I don't have good ventilation down in the basement and there's stuff everywhere there. And I can't do it in my normal workshop because it has wood floors, so it would ruin it. I'm like, yeah, it's not that much. I'll just do a lot of here. And welding meteorite, it splatters like crazy. It just shoots metal stuff everywhere. And I was just doing a little, and one of those little globs of molten metal flew a little further and landed in a deep fryer I had sitting on the ground, which was full of rocket fuel, which ignited. So there was a pot sitting in the oil in there, and that had some rocket fuel still in it since the last batch I did for the rocket knife. It ignites pretty easily. So yeah, just that little glob was enough, and it completely filled the whole basement with smoke like in 2 seconds, because it's a pot that's this diameter, and it's just like everything goes really quickly. It's meant to burn super quick, so it shoots flames like pretty high, but I'm like, it
No
can't do.
funnel, no, just all the oxygen, all the heat.
Yep, everything. It just dumped it. I'm like, I I remembered it as not being that much in that pot. So I'm like, it's just going to burn itself out in a couple of seconds and it's going to be fine. There was more fuel than I thought. Plus, the
Oil
uh,
set off.
no, actually, the deep fryer handles, all the plastic bits caught fire first, and then the oil. So, so Jana comes running out. I jumped out of the the basement because there
Did
was
she
so much
start
smoke.
instantly hitting you and then put the fire out? Because
She
that
was
poor
pretty.
girl.
She's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, it's fine. It's gonna burn itself out very very quickly." And I look in. I'm like, "Oh, it's not. There's just like flames." And I'm like, "Okay." Um, so
Evenly
I,
heat it.
I put on my welding gloves real quick, and luckily I had the deep fryer sitting in a pan, so I could grab the pan, put it outside, and as soon as I did, the whole thing goes like uh, the oil really caught fire and made a nice woofy thingy. It was very interesting, and I was just thinking like, if things had gone differently, the house burnt down and everything, and you had to call the insurance, like what would you say? Like what was the reason for this? Like,
I'm
yeah, sure.
surprised. I'm surprised that you can even get insurance because, like, with one Google of your name, it literally says "fucking liability."
It's very true. Rocket knife and stuff.
I remember I had. I'm not going to tell you who it was, but I was like, like someone was like, "Hey, what you doing?" I was like, "Oh, I'm with Sheldon, and we're hanging out with David Windestål." And you're like, "You're hanging out with David?" Like, I was like, "Yeah, he's staying at mine." And you're like, "You let him in your house?" It's like, because do you want to talk about the time you almost burnt Chad's basement down with the butane because you're an arsehole?
I sure am. Yeah, that happened a couple of times actually. Uh,
Oh,
I was doing the EDF afterburner video, and stuff caught fire a couple of times. And one time it triggered the smoke alarm at, what was it, like 7:30 in the morning? I got up early and tried it, and they're interconnected throughout the whole house. And so, yeah, the rest of the family woke up, and it was, yeah, that was not very, yeah.
You want to tell them
No.
what you were doing?
Oh yeah. Sure. Just
Oh,
like I don't care. Just don't do it again. Like
oh,
okay, I'm just like halfway through the episode. Just a couple more times, okay?
oh my god. But yeah,
Mm.
you were like trying to heat butane to fill one can into the other.
Yeah, that was one time. Yeah, I heated on the stove, um, and it got a little too hot one time, and it kind of spewed extra. Like it's just a like a plastic seal, and that kind of shoots stuff out very easily, apparently. But yeah, you know, normal stuff. Stuff that
Yeah.
happens that you tell that the insurance company absolutely will cover. Sure.
Because there's the video of there's like the dumbest things I've seen you do was he built the afterburner, you were testing it, and you put it outside against the wall, and you were lighting it, and then it's on fire, and then you lift it to your face to try and
To
blow
blow
out
up.
the model, and there's just hot foam spitting, and the butane cans blowing, and his answer to it is move it closer to his face, and I'm like, do it, like,
Yeah, you don't
ah!
think that well in situations like that.
Have you got the link to? Have you got the link to? Do you remember? Do you remember you trying to launch a quad using a tricopter? Do you remember that? The Spitfire?
I
Unlisted
tried.
video.
Yeah, it is. I tried lifting a huge foam airplane. I think it was a P-47 or something, and it was a hexacopter, a Y6 copter, and it did
Mm.
not have enough thrust. It was really, really sketchy. Yeah, it's an unlisted video on the Flight Test Gremlin channel. I don't know if I have it.
How do we find that? It's on your site, isn't it?
Is it? It might be.
Yeah, you got like a link to it. I don't
I
know.
I don't remember. It was so long ago.
Oh my
But
god.
yeah, that was sketchy, so sketchy. And Josh tried to close the episode multiple times because we tried to make it an episode. I mean, me and Chad was like, no, let's just go again. Yeah, good memories.
Oh my god. It was like the most terrifying thing in the world. Ah, I found it. Hang on.
Wow, that was
So,
fast.
yeah, yeah, because you said Y6. So like, so look how
PT-750s.
oh,
Uh,
like look, you can see the fear in his eyes. Like you can just, oh my god, and then so you've wired it up all in one center point as well,
yeah, that,
because obviously you've got rotors on the bottom. This
yeah,
is
too much.
this is the worst. This is. I just
Uh,
love.
Chad's like, yeah, no problem. I'll just do that.
Yeah. So Chad's like, I think it's the naivety of like, or failing that, he took one too many planes to the head from like,
He's such a
look at the
trusting guy.
fear. Look at the
Yeah.
fear in his face.
Uh,
Don't do this. Don't do this, kids. He's an idiot.
uh,
Oh my god, hang on. Look,
whoa, whoa.
you literally nearly cut your knob off. Oh my god. Anyway, enough of that. Oh my
Uh,
god. That is one of my favorite David moments, I think. But that's
uh,
balls to you for even trying that. Any questions, guys? For the last change of underwear. Fraser Steen asks, so why was it in a deep fat fryer?
Okay. So when you make the fuel, you want
Which
it
David
to.
won't tell you how to make, by the way.
Okay, yeah, it's actually pretty simple, but you want to
No.
keep the fuel uh, away from too hot stuff, and you
Yeah.
also want it to be a very specific temperature. So the deep fryer adds a lot of extra mass, and it already has the temperature control on it, which is perfect. So you just put a pan or like a pot inside of the oil, and it heats it very evenly, and it keeps the temperature. And if you spill any fuel, it goes into the oil before hitting the heating element, so it will never catch fire. So yeah, it's just a very easy way to handle the dangers. So
Yes.
if you're gonna make rocket fuel, spend at least 90% of your research time on what can go wrong. Like that's like the most important stuff when doing stupid stuff is knowing the bad stuff that can happen. Good tip. That's why I'm alive. Maybe
Good. And do you still have all your fingers?
I do. Yeah, they're a
Good
little
man.
messed up, but it's fine.
So, are you ever going to return to the hobby, do you think? Or do you reckon you're going to get really into paragliders?
Don't know. We'll see when the kid gets older, I guess. But I'm not
Yeah.
gonna do any uh, videos on it probably, like for a long time. Not really. I was never really into making the like being in front of the camera. It's the project itself that it's interesting, like
Mm.
sharing the projects. So I wasn't on camera before I was on flight test,
Yeah.
really. Uh,
You are very
and
entertaining, though.
oh, thank you.
It's very.
uh, but yeah, people seem to like it, so I continue doing it for a bit. But it's so much work, and when you're alone, like the RC hobby is most fun when you fly with other people and do stupid stuff together,
Mm.
kind of thing.
Hence, let's drone out
Uh-huh.
the idiot stuff that we get up to. I might need some help. I've got Frank sent me a project box, and it's got
Uh-huh.
loads of random stuff in it.
Oh.
Think I need like half this stuff. I don't even know what it is, but I'm gonna need help, David. I don't know what to make out of all of this. So
All right. Yeah, that
me,
sounds
me
fun.
you, and Lurgy get our brains together,
Yeah.
make something interesting. Well, get me to make something interesting. I just need.
Mhm.
Um, would you consider to come to Joe Null anytime soon?
Probably not. It's a long trip, expensive, and kid plus Corona.
Yep, kid plus Corona.
So no. It was a really cool RC event though. I really enjoy it. It's pretty neat. Last time I was there.
The king of RC Robotics is here.
Oh, hi.
Oh, I don't know whether you know of them,
I
but
do.
they make some good stuff. Uh, what else was I gonna definition is the definition of sketchy. Apparently, you are. David is my idol. Says RC Robotics. You got a big reach, man. I think you've forgotten how much we all love and miss you. But we're just
Ah,
glad you're doing all right, man.
thank
Have
you.
you have you been taking lots of photos? Have you been doing other hobbies?
Um, I've been taking a lot of photos of the kid. Yes. And in general, I do like taking photos in generally. That's why I got a a good phone for once, which has a good camera. Uh, it's totally worth it. I've been doing. I really do enjoy machining stuff. I like making machines, and I have been doing a lot of stuff for the ring making. Like I restored and retrofitted a CNC, so I can make stuff easier. And that was a large project as well, but it's a lot of fun to make precision parts for a thing to make it work again and stuff like that. So I do a lot of stuff like that, but I don't really document that well anymore. And then the idea is to do paragliding or paramotoring to start with as a hobby, so I can get out, do stuff outside.
As long as it just don't take any too many crazy risks. But it'll be interesting to see whether you invent something or change that hobby. But you know, definitely.
I doubt it.
Definitely stick a camera up so we can follow along and see how you do.
Sure.
Please.
Yeah.
Someone asks. No, no one asks. I was going to make up a question. How much for some of your beard hair? I like he's gone the same route with a beard as I have. I learned how to say air brakes in Swedish by watching his videos. Luftbrums?
Yeah, luftbroms.
Luftbrums. Puts a packs to burn, catch the rest of the air later. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, and David. This is awesome. Have you guys talked about the high speed stuff yet? Are you still doing high speed stuff? And can we get a rocket knife? Asked Lurgy.
Okay, I'll do a high volume one. Rocket knife! That good?
Good, man. It was good.
Sure.
I've still got the rocket knife bit of plastic as well.
Oh yeah?
You want me to get it? I think I've got it. Hang on.
Sure.
Hang on. I think I've still got it.
In the meantime, I don't do any high-speed videos, really. I do enjoy doing that, but I'm actually gonna sell that camera and make and reinvest that money into the company. That's the idea. Oh, look at that! Did you have it on your wall?
Yeah, I've got it. That's like my little memory thing.
Nice.
I've got like Frank made me a machine. Painless made me a machine. Got Lucas. Got some art. Got Bright Until I Fly. I need something from Tony. I've got nothing. Tony. Yeah. Have you done any of the slow motion stuff?
No.
You got that camera.
I do. I'm selling it though.
Oh.
Like it's up for sale at the moment, but yeah, it's an expensive camera. I got another good story.
Yep.
So I was building a belt sander, which is something every shop needs, really. It's such a good tool, but they're super expensive, so I made my own. And I was just gonna cut a thing with the angle grinder, like really quick. I was done with all the angle grinding in general because I cut everything. So I'm just gonna cut this, and I cut the thing, and like I felt like it sprayed more than I thought, and I got some in my face. And I was like, fine, whatever. It happens quite a lot. So I didn't think too much about it until later that night. Like during the day, I felt like tired in my eye, like both eyes. I didn't recognize any like difference or anything. And I looked in the mirror before going to bed, and I saw something in my eye. It was like right at the edge of the iris.
Yep.
I'm like, what the heck is that? I'm like, tried like touching it, and I couldn't feel it, and it was like, yeah, this is not great. And then I remember that I did cut something that morning. I'm like, yeah, a piece of cutting disc or a piece of metal. Don't know which one I want in my eye at this point. So I called the helpline the Swedish 1177. It's a medical kind of
One question: is it that, or was it that?
I started with the one on your right. I had Diana help me, and I flushed it so long and everything. I tried everything, and if it was sharp, I didn't want to push it in either. But I'm like, I really want to get it out. So yeah, I was kind of a little bit freaking out. So asked the medical assistance line thingy, like, what should I do? It's like, it hasn't been 24 hours yet, so let's wait until the morning and then call the not the hospital, but the so in
Eye
Sweden you
clinic.
have a health clinic thingy, because you go there first and then you're directed to the hospital if you need to go to the hospital. So it's the first line of defense kind of a thing. So I go there, and she's like, oh, okay, I'm just going to squirt this in your eye. I'm going to take a look. So it's like this iodine thingy or whatever. It makes your eye all yellow greenish. And she takes down the thing. It's like, oh. And then she caught herself. I'm like, okay, it's not that great, is it? This is not something I can fix. I'm going to make a call, and you can start driving towards the hospital. I'm like, all right, okay. Sure. So get there, and it's I get into that room, and on a shelf while I'm waiting in the doctor's room, there's a box that says eye drills on it. I'm like, why would you have that sitting out and not in a locked cabinet, or like a cabinet that the patient can't see it and freak out? Because that didn't bode well. So anywho, he's like, okay, sure. This is not great. We need to dig it out. And to do that, we need to put some anesthesia in your eye.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's gonna hurt a little bit. So he takes his drop, and like, it's lemon juice with acid in it. Like, it hurts so freaking bad. I'm
Trying to
like, oh,
expose the bit of metal to get it out because it heals over.
it's he's just doing this so he can dig it out. Like, it's anesthetic, like painkiller thing.
Oh my God,
And he's like,
David, what is wrong with you?
I'm like, finally, like after 5 minutes, the pain passes, and he's like, okay, so now let me put in the second drop. I'm like, what? But then it already worked, so it didn't hurt. But yeah, and then he takes out. If you go to the dentist and you need to remove plaque, and he has the little scraper, look like that, but he's gonna put it in your eye. So
David, it's really hard being your friend sometimes.
just imagine Joanna's frustration.
Jesus, like, how does that poor girl? If I ever meet her, I'm gonna hug her and just be like, "I'm so sorry."
Oh yeah, I don't know how she puts up with it. I'm pretty good at cooking though, so maybe.
Yeah, man.
Uh, so anywho, they dig it out using this thing, and it was a piece of metal, and it had rusted because it'd been 30 hours by that point. Uh, so they had to dig out quite a lot, and yeah, it's pretty bad. I passed out, and so I just woke up, and there was a ton of people around. So we had to
Did
take a
they
pause.
smelling salt you?
No, they just waited. It took like
Oh.
3 minutes or something before I came around, apparently. And they're like, yeah, it's young, tall men that are most susceptible to fainting. I'm like, did you just say that to not hurt my ego, or is that true? But then he's like, okay, I need a specialist because I can't get everything. So I had to go to a different person in the same ward, and she dug deeper and got everything. So then I had to have this salve ointment thing in my eye for a week. That
Yeah, because you've given yourself conjunctivitis because you've.
Yeah, it's just exposed, and the eye doesn't heal in that way, the same way as like it's just an open wound thingy.
Oh, David. There's Drone Racer. He's often in Big Clive's chat, by the way. I'm always pleased to see him.
Mm-hmm.
Did it
Hi.
happen before the. I can never say his name. Giaco. How do I say it?
Jacko?
Jacko. Made a video about angle grinders exploding. Is that before or after?
It's I think it was 2 weeks after, maybe.
It seems like this was a bad point to check in on the combo. Frank's here, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Frank printed David a giant fist. David was very happy.
Yeah, actually it's sitting on the wall over there on the second rocket knife.
Oh,
pretty great. Thank you, Frank / Andrew.
yeah. Oh, so good. Andrew / Frank. Oh my word. Another face palm. Yeah. Always. Have you got eye protection now? Do you wear a face shield?
I did buy eye protection on my way back. I had eye protection. The problem was I had ear protection as well. I have a pair of good headphones now. They're like the Peltor 3M Bluetooth stuff thingy, and they're really good. Problem is when you have normal glasses, it pushes on your head and you get a headache. So I'm like, yeah, it's too much hassle. I'd rather have protect my hearing because it always hurts, whereas getting something in my eye is very low chance, is what I thought. So I bought a pair that it's basically like swim goggles. It's like so you have the strap instead, a really really thin rubber or like stretchy thing, so it doesn't build anything on the side of your face. So I use that now. So yeah, I learned something, like Joshua Bardwell said.
Yeah, I actually have bought prescription safety glasses.
Nice.
From being friends with you. And I'm
It's
waiting for them
actually,
to
it's a pretty good idea to have one while you're soldering as well. If you're
Yeah.
resoldering stuff, like you're putting pressure on something, or like I'm just gonna get this leg off this component, and it goes, and you get tiny little droplets everywhere. It's pretty bad.
Frank's got a question. Have you had any contact with RC Aflon? RCILIFEON.
RC Lifon?
Lifon, yeah.
It's a YouTube channel. No, I have not actually. It would be nice to meet him. I don't know if he would know who I am though. I don't know when he got into the hobby.
Maybe ask. How's the plane in the front of your garden? Is it still there?
It is. I moved it though, so it's on the back yard now, so I can see it for myself instead of people seeing it on the road. But I moved it. Main reason to move it was because we put up a hedge there. Made a hedge box so we can get better soundproofing and also less people seeing in. And it's pretty nice having it in on the back where I can see it. Man, that was annoying moving that thing. But Jana helped out with the car, and I dropped it once and I almost hit the house. It was interesting.
David is determined to destroy the house.
Like, it sounds really bad now that I tell you all these things, but like normally I don't think about this. Like it seemed like a pretty normal boat.
Never ever a dull day. Look, at the end of the day, this one's for Andy RC. You're not Tom Green, where Drew Barrymore come out the house and he's sawing the side of the house. You know, unaware. Yeah, David seems unaware of his legend status. He is, man. He's like so modest and so lovely and nice, and he doesn't complain or anything. He's like the best guest ever. He's lovely. Um, he knows. Apparently, he knows who you are. He talked about doing a collaboration with you before, so I think you
Really?
got to reach out. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I
So
think
if you
I
look
should
at
ask him.
Dauntless H, he knows. So yeah. So.
Oh, really? That would be
Hmm.
actually be really fun because I'm a fan of his. It's really funny. You should
Well,
check
reach
out
out.
his YouTube channel. It's
Yeah, I will. Hang on, I'll have a little look now. Hang on, let's have a look. Yeah, I didn't know. And I haven't learnt this even after the incidents involving fluorofluid and decussant powder. Neither with anyone else around to help. Frank, what are you talking about? Does David do any risk assessments, or is he just fine with all the risks?
I do a calculation beforehand. I just suck at math. That was really bad joke. Sorry. I do think about stuff. I just think it's going to be fine. Like I underestimate.
Oh, it's always
So
a good day.
yeah, it's usually it works out fine most of the time. So it's all good.
Yeah, I've never watched this before in my life.
What?
Yeah,
It's a
I
really
know.
it's a really good YouTube channel.
I know. New 3D printed racing drone. Apparently, I've watched that.
Okay.
So yeah, obviously I have. I have watched it, but yeah, you need to reach out and talk us and maybe get him on here with me to have a little chat. Or no, even better, let's drone out. Ask him to do let's drone out.
Sure.
So
I'm gonna
definitely,
reach out to him and talk
no,
about
definitely,
stuff first.
yeah,
That
that
would
would
be
be good.
cool. Yeah.
Get on it. Well, I think that's it, man. I think you're good. We've done an hour. Do you want to promote anything? Buy your rings.
Yeah, maybe, but they're quite expensive, so it's a very small niche.
Yep.
But yeah, check out the website
Yep. What's the name of it again? Buy.
by Windestål. So
Yep.
really simple spelling. It's in the chat.
No worries. All right. Thank you so much, David. It's been lovely catching up with you. I will send you a care package. I'll have to find that shirt.
Thank
And
you.
I think I see Aniseed next week on the Thursday night show.
Mhm.
Can I get a zip tie and a horrible, please, for old time stakes?
Zip tie and a horrible. Is that good enough?
Yay! Yeah. So there you go. We'll try and figure out how to make this fly. This is effed, by the way.
The
The
flight
mini
controller
AK.
KK. Yeah. Yeah,
And
we'll get that going.
this doesn't work either. Well, this does, but no configurator will talk to it.
Yeah.
Ah, is it Looper or something still doing any tri-flight code, or is anyone
Uh,
working on
uh, not anymore now. It's since I stopped, I think it died off. I actually closed the forum a couple of days ago as well.
it? No.
Yeah, I'm getting spammed and I don't want to deal with it, kind of a thing. Like, yeah, it wasn't that much activity anyway.
Well, no worries.
Oh,
David, it's always lovely to have you. I'm glad you're doing very well. And I love all your stories and your shenanigans. And like, I can't wait to get some marshmallows that aren't marshmallows, sugar cubes, Swedish cubes. And I'm very proud of you. And you're a good dad. You're going to be the funnest dad ever. And thank you so much for coming in, chatting to us, and having a bit of an update. You're always welcome on Let's Drone Out. So if you're ever free, say in the chat and we'll send you a link to join in, man. But you've always got friends. So,
Thanks, man.
Thanks, dude. Thank you, everyone, who tuned in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tune into the Let's Drone Out on a Thursday night at 8 p.m. Subscribe to the Tone Star FPV1 and call him an idiot. And you've been joined by David Windestål. And I've been Bright On Till I Fly. Just realised my name's still the same from Curry Kitten. Thank you, Curry Kitten. Thank you. Good day.
Ciao, ciao.